Hello everyone and welcome to the iSpring Solutions webinar. Thank you very much for joining us today as we are going to speak about new awesome features implemented to the version 8.3. My name is Paulina and I am a community manager at iSpring and I will be the moderator for today's webinar. As a speaker we have Brian Tarr. Hi Brian, how are you doing?
Hi, doing great, thanks.
Awesome. Brian is a video producer at iSpring and you may have seen some of his tutorials on our website. We also have Valerie Letinovskaya. How, Valerie, are you excited about today's webinar?
Yes, I am.
Great. Valerie is a senior customer care manager and she helps our clients to figure out if iSpring can be a perfect fit for their needs. At the end of the webinar, she will announce a special bonus to all the webinar attendees. So make sure to stay with us till the very end. We also would love to hear from you, so don't hesitate to send your comments, questions, suggestions, or concerns into the question/chat box on the right panel of the GoToWebinar window. And at this point, I think we are ready to begin. So Brian, I'm passing over to you.
Okay. Okay, let me just share my screen. Okay, everybody see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, great. All right, so I'm really excited to share the new features of iSpring Suite 8.3 with you today. iSpring Suite is a complete PowerPoint-based authoring toolkit that contains several components for creating e-learning courses. Some of you may already be trying some of these components separately. So the first one we're going to look at is iSpring Talkmaster. And what that is a tool for creating simulations that help your employees get used to communicating with clients. You can give them social cues by providing the character with different emotions. And as I always like to say, it's better to make a character angry than a real client. So another thing you can do now is give them other social cues in the form of vocal intonation by recording voiceovers. Just click the voiceover button and now you can see all your scenes. These icons on the left show whether this is the narrator dialogue, character dialogue, or user reply choices. And before we start recording, we'll go to the microphone setup wizard by going to File and Settings. And here we can set up our microphone. Click Next, and here we can choose a device. I'm going to use this one. And here it shows you where you can select a recording device type, whether it's a headset, desktop microphone, built-in laptop microphone, or another recording device. And here are some recommendations, and let's click Next. And now what it needs to do is get an idea of your vocal quality, so it gives you some text to read. As you can see, the Next button is ghosted, and until it detects your voice, it won't be able to click through. But now it has detected my voice, so we'll click Next. And now the microphone's ready to use. We'll click OK. And now next to each scene, there's a record button and an import button. Let's start recording. It'll pop up this little toolbar right here. You can show the narration script, and when you're ready, just click record. Meet John Richardson. Now click stop, and what you can do right here is edit it right away. And especially if you're using a built-in microphone like on a laptop, you'll have a lot of noise. This is a professional microphone, so we don't see too much here. But we can just remove noise by using this function right here. And you can also get rid of some silences like this. Really handy tool right here. When you're done, click Save and Close. And now when you're satisfied, you can preview it right here, but you can also just click OK and preview it here. Meet John Richardson. Okay, sounds good. What you can also do is import. If you have some pre-recorded audio from a professional voice actor, you can import one by one. And as you can see here, these file names I have in this folder match the file names in this column right here. So when you do have a professional voice actor recording your voiceovers for you, what you want them to do is name all the files according to these file names here. And you can use this option here to export your script to a Word document and print it out for professional voice actors. And if they name all the files properly, then what you can do is you can do a bulk import, and it gives you a little instruction here. Click OK, and select as many files as you like. And it just takes a few seconds, and there they are. You can preview each one. And when you're done with voiceover mode, you can just click Close Voiceover Mode. All right, I think we're ready for some Q&A if anybody has any questions about that.
Guys, do you have any questions about the Talkmaster part? Please send them into the question mode. Okay, so one of the questions is about Talkmaster. Is it the part of the iSpring suite?
Yes, it is. Here is the full iSpring Suite program folder. As you can see, Talkmaster is a part of it. What you can do is you can open it separately, as I've done here, or you can use it in PowerPoint as part of iSpring Suite. You can make it part of a full e-learning course by inserting a dialogue simulation on a slide. So yeah.
And it also can be available as a standalone tool, right?
Right, right. You can purchase it separately as well.
Right. So the next question is, can you only use text or can you put pictures in?
Yeah, so what you can do is you can go to a dialogue scene here, and you can choose a character and background. So here's a character library, and here's a background library. And you can also add your own characters and backgrounds by using these buttons right here. There you go.
So one of the questions is, any ideas how I could use this with science students in high school? Do you have any thoughts, Brian?
Science students in high school.
I think
Well,
actually the next part of your presentation about Quizmaker is going to be more
yeah,
suitable for that.
that would be more suitable for that, because what Talkmaster does really is prepare people for professional interactions with clients or associates or something like that. So yeah, the next tool will be perfect for science students.
Or maybe it could be like the Talkmaster can be used for some science experiments. Like, what do you think I should
Sure.
add next or do next?
Sure.
Like the
That
process?
would be great. That would be great. And you could even add a picture of an explosion with a
Right.
lab background or something like that. Yeah. Sorry, you used the wrong chemical.
Another question from Amy is, if you import characters, can you still set up the emotional reactions?
Yes, absolutely. What you want to do is use PNG files with transparency, and you can even take pictures of your own colleagues and just remove the background so that it's transparent so that they can be imposed over the background. That's PNG format.
Okay, to the next question from Molly. If you use Talkmaster in the application itself, I mean the dialogue builder, can you then transfer the files you created into your suite in the PowerPoint?
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. All you need to do is just save the file, and then from the folder, as you can see here, it's in my Documents folder. All you need to do is when you're in PowerPoint, just click the Talkmaster icon, and then when Talkmaster opens up, just use this. Go to Open. And then over here, there will be a Save and Return to Course button, and it'll insert it right in your course. Hey, you know what? I think we missed a question up here from, let's see. Somebody asked about grading.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, grades and attendance. Right, so what you can do for bad choices, you won't assign any points, but what you can do is go to Properties, Enable Simulation Evaluation, set a total passing score, and then for good choices what you can do is go to Properties and assign a scene score. And then that'll show up right here in the corner. So if your user makes good choices, then they'll get the points.
Okay, cool. And
And when you publish, you can publish to SCORM for an LMS or something like that.
okay, perfect. And did you notice one more question about can you show how to launch it in PowerPoint? Is it possible
Oh,
to
yeah.
do? Okay.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry, guys. I wasn't ready for that. But sure, let's do that. Let's just use this Space Shuttle program. Go to iSpring Suite 8. And we'll insert a new slide here. And go to Simulation. And there's TalkMaster. And it even shows our recent simulations here, so we can just... Oh, it's being used by another part. We'll just use this car dialog. So it'll open it up real quick.
Brian, while it's opening, will it still work in PowerPoint 2010?
Yeah, 2010. Yeah,
2010.
TalkMaster will work in 2010. And then, as I said before, you'll see this save and return to course. Whenever you're ready, just click that.
And it will send you...
There it is. It's just a placeholder on the slide right there, and then you can go ahead and preview it if you want, or you can set up branching in the Presentation Explorer here, which is really cool. There's some branching. So if they pass the simulation, you can send them to the next slide, and if they fail, you can send them back to the beginning of the whole course if you want. So that's really cool too.
Perfect. And one more question is, what is a good source for characters with all emotions? And I think that's where eLearning Brothers
Definitely.
come in handy.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So if you guys are interested about the special opportunities you would like to get your characters, you can just contact our sales and they will guide you through the process because we are official partners of eLearning Brothers.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and so does the simulation work if you upload this to iSpring Cloud?
Yeah, sure. When you publish, you can select iSpring Cloud as a destination, and that's all there is to it. Just put your login details right here, and it'll upload it automatically. And you can even use iSpring Play so your users can see it offline, save it offline on their devices. So yeah, no problem.
And another question is, can you use TalkMaster to import and display text captions on the slides?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Sure. Can you use TalkMaster to import and display text captions on the slides?
Import text captions. You know what? I don't think you can import. But what you can do is add messages right here. Let's go over to VoiceOver again so we can see how it looks. Yeah, you just type in your messages right here for the narrator and for the character and the user choices. But captions, yeah, that would be narrator.
Right.
Right.
And another one more.
Let me just show them how to do that real quick, actually. All you got to do is when you create a new scene, just add message right here, and that'll be the narrator. Okay?
One quick question about the PowerPoint version. Will it still work in PowerPoint 2007?
Yeah, you can see all the tech specs on our website.
Right.
I believe it's 2007 and above.
And Brian, one more question about, are you going to spend time covering Quizmaster, I guess Quizmaker in more details? Yes, we are, right after we're done with the Q&A for TalkMaster. And I think the last question we are going to cover at the time, if I don't have iSpring Cloud, what are other alternatives?
Well, personally, I think iSpring Cloud is the best, but what you could do, I think you can use You can use Google Documents, but that's a pretty complex process.
Actually, I would like to add to that. It depends on what kind of tasks are you going to cover. If you need, for example, some like more details or statistics, maybe
That is
you could
true.
use iSpring
iSpring Learn.
Learn LMS for that. But we could actually go over your needs after the webinar and decide what would be the good
Yes.
fit for you.
Right. Please
So,
contact us. And I'm
right,
sorry, guys, I misspoke. I didn't mean Google Documents. I meant Google Drive.
right.
Google Drive.
Google Documents are awesome too,
Yeah, they're
but
cool
not
too.
for our.
Yeah, not for sharing, not for sharing stuff. I mean, not for sharing stuff like this. You'd have to use Google Drive
And
or
Dropbox,
Dropbox.
right?
Yep. But here's the thing about Dropbox is that it used to have free accounts where it would include a public folder where you could actually have online versions. So, for example, you could upload HTML files and all the content, and it would show them as web pages. But that is not a free option anymore. You have to pay. So,
Right.
unfortunately.
So I think right now we are ready to move on to the Quizmaker section. And Brian,
Okay.
it's your turn.
All right. Great. All right. So here we are in Quizmaker. And now you can also record audio directly into questions. And it's the same familiar little toolbar here. You can show the narration script. You can just copy the question text here if you like. And record. And you can edit right here if you want, like I showed you before. Or you can edit it afterwards. You can preview it right here. And you can go to the audio properties and choose to play it in the background or show the user display playback controls. You can also set the playback automatically or limit the number of playbacks. Let's limit it to 1 and see what that looks like. So here's the play bar right here. We'll play it once. And as you can see, after 1 playback, the controls are disabled. And another cool thing about feedback messages is that you can now add audio to feedback. Let's just say what feedback messages are real quick. If the user gets the answer correct, incorrect, or partially correct, you can add custom feedback messages. Obviously, since this is a true-false question, there's no such thing as a partially correct answer, but you can add the text here and then go to the advanced editor right here. You can adjust font and styles and colors, add bulleted lists and hyperlinks, and now in version 8.3 you can also record audio. There's our familiar toolbar as before. And you can also add equations. Now this is perfect for science tests or math tests or something like that. You can insert equations or pictures. Let's put a little picture of George Everest right there. And that looks good. And now let's go to the player to see how that looks. Over here in the colors section, there is now a new feedback section. So when your user answers the question, the feedback message will pop up. And what you can also do is minimize that feedback message so the user can see the whole question again and bring it back up. And these colors here let you customize this text color and correct answer color, incorrect, partially correct, and answered. And another thing we've added is more configuration options for the feedback messages. So just go to Quiz Properties. And here in the Main tab, what you can do is you can decide whether to show that whole feedback box like I showed you before with the title and text, or just the title, or disable it. So for example, if you're offering feedback for pre-tests but not for the final exam, you can just quickly disable this for the final exam. And under question defaults here, you can set default feedback messages for all questions in the quiz. And here are the same advanced options as before. Now, what I'd like to show you is the word bank question. This is another enhancement in 8.3, which is really cool. Over here in slide view mode, which we added in 8.1, you can see exactly how this question will look to the user. And now you can adjust question and answer sections separately in the slide view mode, so you can make it perfectly fit the design of your quiz. And another thing we've added is 36 more pre-built-in themes. So now there's a total of 40 themes that you can choose from to automatically design your whole quiz. And that's about it for my part, so I guess I'll pass it over to Valerie now to tell you about the special bonuses that we're offering just for webinar attendees.
Sorry guys, before we go over to special bonuses, can I ask one question really quickly?
Yeah,
Lynn
sure.
is asking, where's the record option on the toolbar?
In QuizMaker.
Yes.
Okay, so you can record audio in a couple different places. All you need to do is here in the question, for any question, just go over to the audio tab, and you can import audio also, or you can just record right here. And then if you want to record for feedback, just go here and record here.
Lynn, does this answer your question, or did
I hope that wasn't best.
Yes, understood it incorrectly? Please let us know. Yep. All right, we're good to go.
I see another question. Should we cover that later, or can I answer it now?
Yes, let's cover this later. And now,
Okay.
Valerie, I guess this is your turn.
Thank you, Brian, and thank you, Paulina. Aren't those new features great, guys? We'll be happy to provide all our attendees with a special purchase and upgrade pricing opportunities. And as a bonus to your purchase, you will get 1 hour training on iSpring Suite for free. In order to find out more about this special pricing, please contact us via email, sales@ispringsolutions.com, or via phone, 844-347-7764. If you would like to get your special offer right now, please send me your email in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you, Valerie, for announcing that.
Yeah, thanks. Sounds great.
All right, so I think we're ready to move on to the questions about the Quizmaker part. So guys, if you have anything to share with us, please submit in the question box on the right side of your GoToWebinar window. And right now, Brian, were you talking about a question from Sherilyn? How do you post this to a website without using the cloud?
Yes, that's who I meant. But actually, I see another question here from Lynn about the defaults if they're text only. If you like, I can share my screen again. Okay, everybody see it?
Yep, I can see it.
Right, Lynn. Yeah, so sorry about that. Maybe I was a little too hasty there. So under question defaults, it's not just text. You can click the edit buttons next to each of these and include full options: audio, equations, images, everything. That's it.
Alan says, thanks, Brian. Everything was very clear and to the point.
Okay, great. Yeah, so as for posting this to a website without using cloud, when you publish, you have several options available. And yes, you can just publish for the web, and what you do is you publish to a local folder on your computer, and what that does is it publishes to an index HTML file and then a data folder. And actually, after you publish, let's just we'll start publishing right now so we can show it later. But after you publish, it shows a preview window, and you can instantly upload it to your website via FTP. I think we can go on to the next question while this is publishing, but or maybe not. Just takes a sec. Yeah, see that, guys? It publishes really quickly. Yeah, so as you can see here in the preview window, what you can do is open the folder which contains the files. Oh, and I see I selected the zip option, but here's the index file and here's the data file. Just go ahead and upload that to your website, or just use this option to do it automatically via FTP. Was that clear enough, or was that too fast?
We'll see. And what about
We'll see.
SharePoint?
SharePoint, yeah. All you got to do is put these files on SharePoint. I think if you contact our support, they can give you more details about that, because SharePoint is pretty complex.
Absolutely, and you're welcome to send your question to support@ispringsolutions.com.
Mm-hmm.
And another question is how to insert picture next to the question/example, crossing with the cars for user to solve correctly right of the way, etc.
Ah, yes, I see it.
Mm-hmm. From Peter.
So are we talking about QuizMaker here?
I'm not quite
I believe
sure.
so, yeah. Yeah, so if you go over to slide view mode, what you can do is go to insert here, and you can insert a picture. Or you can just insert a full background by going to format background and selecting the picture option. And
So
going
that's,
to picture
he meant picture on the right, question on the left, for example.
Ah, picture on the right, question on the left. Yeah, sure. So here's actually the quicker way to insert a picture. Just go over here to picture and click picture. So let's just do that real quick. We'll pick a smaller picture like that. Go over to slide view. So yeah, you can have a picture here and adjust the question and the answer choices. So for example, we can make that like that. Make that bigger. Yeah, so it's really easy.
Right, with this new slide view, it's just...
It's so fast.
Guys, can
Yep.
I just tell you, you can change also the layout.
Oh, right. Yeah, you can automatically choose different layout options.
Thank you, Valerie.
Yeah, thanks. I forgot about that. It's just so easy
So
to
many
click around.
options too.
Right. Right. Yeah, it's really cool.
Okay, so another question about upload to the website. So if you, Brian, do you know if you upload directly to the website, can you still pull reports on the results?
Yeah, sure. What you can do if you're not using an LMS is you can go to Properties, go to Result, and you can have it automatically send quiz results to an email address and or a server. So if you have a server script on your server, you can pull results. And real quick here, I'll show you what kind of results you get. You'll get quiz time, result, passed, failed, points, attempts, user, how much time they spent. And you can even use their name and email, which you can gather from, which you can gather from this option right here. From the main tab, just use Ask for Quiz Taker Information, click Customize, and you can get all this information from them. Name, email, company. You can even add your own custom fields. Hope I wasn't too quick with that. Was that clear?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, just go to the Result tab and send result to email or server. But I recommend an LMS. I mean, if you want automatic reports, LMS is good, but this is free. So if you're satisfied with that, it's cool.
We have another question from Michelle. Can you upload the quiz onto iSpring Cloud?
Yeah, just like with TalkMaster or iSpring Suite or any of the other tools, when you go to publish, just select iSpring Cloud, specify your account details, and it'll upload automatically.
Right, and can we go a little bit into details with statistics? If you upload your quiz to iSpring Cloud, you will be able to see how many people viewed your quiz and how much time they spent on it. However, if you need more detailed statistics on it, you are better choose iSpring Learn LMS.
Yeah, absolutely. You're better off with iSpring Learn if you want detailed statistics, yeah.
Okay, so moving on. When you upload to iSpring Cloud, you have the option to choose that the presentation can't be downloaded. Can this also be done if if I upload it to my website?
Yeah, sure. So if you upload it to your website, you can add that functionality yourself, but that would involve programming on your end. So you would have to ask your IT department about that. However, if you are publishing with iSpring Suite, then you can use protection options. We can go into those if you want, but I mean basically what it is you can put a watermark on it, you can set a password for it, or you can actually put domain restriction on it, which will disable access from other websites.
Right, and a lot of our clients really into protection features.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I would talk to your IT department about that. Disable downloading.
Okay, another question. Are there plans to have crop picture, let's say from a website, without first saving it to a folder and then insert?
Yeah, right. You can crop. See right here? You just right-click your picture, go to crop, and there you go. When you're done.
But doesn't it mean that, like for example, he would like to insert the picture directly from the
Oh,
website?
right. I'm sorry. I got a little ahead of myself there. Yeah. Um, you know what? It doesn't matter. It's going to save it to your computer anyway. So for example, if you're on a website and you copy the URL of a picture and you go to insert it here, and if you paste it here, the URL to a website, it will save it to your computer anyway, to a temporary folder. So it doesn't matter. Actually, to give you a more detailed answer about that, I would talk to your IT department about that, just to clarify that.
IT department is going to be popular after our webinar.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. No, but honestly, you know, in order to do manipulation of images directly on a web server, that requires web server programming. It's honestly just way easier you can just copy the URL from the website, click this option, and then paste the URL right here. Really simple.
Right. So we have a question from Minnie. So this looks great. And is the training content then housed on your servers once we create the training? Just wondering about the security. Also, will all my testers have to have a license or just the ones that create the training? Thank you.
Okay, so as for the license question, no, only authors need licenses. And nope. When you create a quiz, it will be only on your local computer. And then after you publish it, only after you publish, for example, if you're using iSpring Cloud or iSpring Learn with one-click automatic publishing, then it will upload to iSpring Cloud or iSpring Learn. But as I said before here with the web option, even when you publish for the web, it'll publish here to a local folder on your computer, and then you yourself would upload it to the web later. And I'd just like also to mention that everything you create with iSpring authoring tools is 100% your intellectual property.
And can you edit individual objects in the answer box?
Oh, in the answer box. No, you can. The answer boxes are designed based on what type of question it is. So,
Right.
no, currently answers are locked together like this. Yep.
Can this come in a spreadsheet type of format then?
What you can do if you like is publish, and you can export to a Word file. And another thing you can do is import from Excel. And you can download a template from our website just by clicking this button right here.
And let's jump to the question about publishing from Sherilyn. When you publish to a local folder, which file is the actual file you would link? There seem to be multiple files saved, and I don't know which one to use.
Right, so when you publish to a local folder for the web, let's do that again real quick. The actual web page itself is an HTML file, and it's called index. And then all the actual images and fonts and audio and everything else is in this subfolder here. But never touch the files in this folder. All you do is just use an FTP client like FileZilla, for example, or just use this option right here, upload to FTP to your website.
And by the way,
So,
guys, sorry?
Go ahead.
Just wanted to mention that we are planning to have a special dedicated webinar about this project folder.
Ah, right.
So we're going to cover everything that you can do, that you can't do with it. So just keep up with our schedule. We're going to release it pretty soon.
Yes, and I actually also have a tutorial that I just created about that, and it'll be uploaded to YouTube and Vimeo.
Right, and I think that we have an article on our website.
Right.
It's dedicated to it.
Yep, got it all.
Okay, cool. And is it possible to request other information from the user other than the predefined contact information?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, I showed that very quickly. I think I showed it too quickly. So what you do here in the main section, you check Ask for Quiz Taker Information, go to Customize, and yeah, absolutely. You can click New Field and go Favorite Color and make it mandatory. and put in green as a default value. Yeah, what a default value is it pre-fills the fields for them. So for example, if they all work for the same company, you can just pre-fill that for them if you want.
Handy.
Yeah, very handy.
All right, another question. Can I make my inserted YouTube video autoplay after I do publishing?
Inserted YouTube video. I think we're talking about iSpring Suite there.
Probably yes.
Yeah.
So is that YouTube video like on a slide?
Yeah. We can go back to PowerPoint here. And I believe we have a YouTube video. I think this is a YouTube video here, but it might be a web object. Yeah, you just go over here to YouTube and insert the URL here. And right, so to autoplay, you know what? I think you would have to put in a variable. Oh no, show after 0 sec. Yeah, no problem. Right. And then just set automatic play. Yeah, you know what? I would contact our support about that, because I think what you might have to do is insert a YouTube variable.
Yeah, just to make sure that
you're
doing everything fine. All right, and there is a request to demonstrate the use of adding hyperlinks to an image.
To an image? Let's see. Are we talking about...
Lynn, did you mean the quiz maker or the iSpring suite, the possibility to insert hyperlink on a slide?
I think she meant here. I think she meant here in feedback, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, quiz maker.
Right, so yeah, so what you can do here is just select text and insert a hyperlink, and you can make it to a web page or an email. Just put the address in here, and you can test it if you want. So, oops. And there it is, Hyperlink. Pretty simple. That clear?
So Lynn says she tried an email and it crashed. Using email
With
as a hyperlink?
using an email as a hyperlink. I would suggest contacting our support department for that.
Just to troubleshoot
Yeah,
the case.
right. Because there's so many variables that could be at work there. I mean, it could be a problem on the email server. It could be anything.
Alright, so are there any other updates to the version 8.3 besides the new quiz and TalkMaster capabilities?
I think that's about it, isn't it? I suppose Julia would be closer to that. These are pretty much the major new features, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there are a bunch of tiny little improvements as well. So,
Right.
you know what? If you're using 8.1 right now and you go over here to help and update, it will show you a full list of all the new features.
Your iSpring is already up to date.
Yeah, my iSpring is, I hope it is.
Good thing.
Better be webinar, yeah.
Right. So we have a little notification from Bernice. She asked a question about can this come as a spreadsheet type of format? And she said that the question pertained to the reporting of the quiz.
The reporting of the quiz in a spreadsheet format.
So
You know,
I just thought, is it about send the results to email? Does it come in a spreadsheet?
No, actually, that's a very good question. What it does is it simply populates the email itself with this information. So it doesn't come as an attached spreadsheet file. It's just raw text, which is precisely why I recommended using an LMS if you want to, for example, if you want to actually manipulate this data, then I would recommend using an LMS. If you just want the information for your own edification, then email is perfectly fine. But if you actually want to compile full spreadsheets with comparisons between different students and stuff like that, then I would recommend using an LMS. Or if you have a good IT department, you could have them create a script on your server for that. Oh, and here's a link also, which provides complete information about sending results to server.
Yeah, another question from Lynn. Are there any plans for developing a text-to-voice? And can I add to that? We are planning to release a case study from one of our clients who actually uses text-to-voice, text-to-speech third-party tool integrated with iSpring. And she says that it works perfectly for her, so you can just be on the lookout to this post.
That's awesome. Yeah, in fact, that's what I was going to recommend. I mean, it works fine with third-party text-to-speech tools. I don't know. I think I did hear something about how we're going to integrate text-to-speech. Do you know anything about that?
I personally don't at the time, but I can definitely check that.
Yeah. We'll be happy to check that out for you.
Okay, so so Bridget asks, uploading it to an LMS as a SCORM file will automatically set up reporting?
Right, so when you publish, all you have to do is select LMS, and over here in the learning course, select SCORM, and it really depends on the LMS. You know, I actually just created a full tutorial showing you how to create and upload a quiz to Moodle. And that's just as an example LMS. So it really depends on the LMS. But as long as you select the LMS format and then enter this information, and then report the status, then that should be fine. Oh, you know, there's also a list on our website of supported LMSs that I can send you. Supported. Top SCORM LMS compatible with iSpring authoring tools. And I'll just paste this in the chat for you.
Thank you, Brian.
Sure. Okay. And you can find your LMS here, or you can submit one if you don't find it here in the list.
Right. And those LMSs have been tested.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that all the LMSs that show up here on this list have been thoroughly tested.
So they
by
should
our
work
engineers.
fine
Right.
with iSpring tools.
Right.
All right. I don't see any other questions at the moment in our question bar.
Okay, hope that means everybody's satisfied.
Hope so too. So I think we can wrap up at the time. And guys, if you have any other suggestions or concerns, you're more than welcome to send them to support@ispringsolutions.com. We've enjoyed your questions very, very much.
Very much.
Yes, thank you very much, Brian, for answering all of them. Thank you,
Sure.
Valerie, for announcing the special bonus to all the conference attendees. Again, guys, if you'd like, you are more than welcome to submit your email address into the question bar right now so that we can contact you after the webinar with a special pricing purchase or upgrade offer and 1-hour training that goes with the purchase. All right, so I think, yeah, I see some emails coming in. Thank you very much. So you guys were great.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Thanks again. Fun. Yes, and just we're hoping to keep up doing these webinars on a normal or
on a regular basis, yeah.
Yes, thank you very much, Brian.
Sure.
And hopefully we will release the schedule really soon, and we will make sure to invite you guys to our webinars. And if you have any suggestions how we can possibly enhance them, you're more than welcome to share your opinion. And we have very last question. I think we have a minute to answer it.
All right, great.
Do you see it in the question box?
As lecturers, it's difficult to record many audios or make self-videos. Text-to-speech, right?
Mm-hmm.
And special avatars.
Right.
Right. Okay, yeah, we'll be happy to add that as a feature request. As I said before, I have heard talk around the office that we're going to be adding text-to-speech, but don't quote on that yet. We'll confirm that for you.
Right, absolutely. You'll be the first to know.
Yeah, definitely.
How about speech to text? I think this is
speech to text.
Part of.
You know what I use actually? I use a site called Dictation. There it is. Dictation.io for that. And what you can do is you can, oh look, I already used this. Yeah, you can use this and then save it as an MP3 file. There are plenty of free resources out there, but we'll definitely include that as a feature request. Submit it to our developers.
Sure.
For speech to text. Yeah.
Okay, thank you everyone one more time, and we'll see you at the next webinar. Thank you, Brian and Valerie. It was very nice to present with you today.
Yeah, had a great time. Thanks.
Thank you all.
All
right, have a good day, everyone. Goodbye.
Yep, bye-bye.